Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. So I really do enjoy this soundtrack. So I've enjoyed letting it just play a little while. I like that sort of like ambience. So it's quite nice. How you doing there, Vulcan? Hello there, Seraph. Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, not there. Vulcan just got you just that last second there, so that was quite amusing. So I do hope you're all well. I decided to do an earlier stream today because my God, you know when you're bored. So bored. I was going to go out today, but there's a bit of a storm around here in the UK at the moment, so it's hella windy. And just generally deplorable. So here we are. How you doing there, Alexis? Good to have you, my friend. Oh... Yeah, give me a quick rundown of where you sit there. Well, you launch prime attack with one group just in case he retreats. Oh, you're talking about a Changsha, aren't you? See, it is a valid point. It is a very valid point. The issue is I don't know if he will leave Changsha. I don't know how much in the way of force will leave Changsha today. Well, obviously to tomorrow. It really depends on what he's going to do here. I feel like he may stand his ground over here to Xiaoyang, perhaps. He may have those forces from Xiaoyang begin to retreat towards Shangdan. I do feel like he is going to consider cancelling this movement to Changsha. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Should Changsha become ours, then we would look to probably cross at this point over here. And the reason being, if we could do so without actually encountering resistance, nor fortifications, that'd be quite nice. It is an idea. It is an idea. Nah, it seriously is something I'd consider in regards to the forces at Changsha. But I think we'll wait and see. I feel like he will. I don't think he's going to move everything from Changsha. I just don't think he's in a position to do so. I mean, if it does, then okay, we're delayed by a day, but at least we're delayed by a day and we haven't lost anything, we've only gained. But it's something to bear in mind. It is something to bear in mind. It would be interesting to see what would happen, actually, due to the fact of the Hexide ownership. I'd imagine we'd take control of... I can't see why we wouldn't control all the Hexides. Do we have maybe an example of this somewhere to see what would happen? I don't think there's a base where on that we do not really own. Maybe Wankao. Yeah, Wankao, obviously, because we've come down this road, but we don't have an example of a base that has no garrison that we're sat on, really. I can't think of an example there. It's something to bear in mind. I mean, this is it. It's like with the actual armor, the reason why I left one group of armor in Changsha is so it actually does give us that ability to actually move quite quickly, so that would be quite handy. It might be one of those of where we'll see what happens. I think it is... It's definitely an idea. Yeah, but I don't expect to capture the base, you know what I mean? Like, we are... It's making assumptions there that we can't be assured of, really. If the city's empty, that's fine. I'm not exactly expecting to capture the city this turn. So I don't think he's going to leave it entirely. I just don't see him doing it, because if he moves out entirely, then okay, but that puts him in a very difficult position. And if I capture the city the turn after, then so be it. We'll see. I just don't think he's going to do it. I would be rather intrigued to see if we could actually move to the north over here, actually. That'd be interesting. Yeah, but what do we gain from a deliberate attack? We're making a lot of assumptions here. He may very well be low on supply, but then again, I just think a day. I think we need a day to see what happens. The issue is, let's say he doesn't actually move out, and instead he keeps all his forces over here in Changsha. So we end up bloodying all our forces at Changsha without really gaining anything. I think in some ways we need to give him the actual. I suppose what's the term? We need to give him the string to hang himself. I can't remember exactly what it is. Hey, doing that, Goodman? Good to have you, my friend. See, if all we lose is a single day, if he leaves entirely, I'm just gonna lift my chair 1 second. Yeah, okay. So if the choices are, we lose a day by another bombardment, then I'm fine to accept that. On the other hand, if he doesn't leave, we might have tremendous casualties on our hands. Should it be nice to drain his supply, but we can do that in a more efficient way. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's one of these sort of, what's going to happen if he has one more day? Now, I mean, this is it. It really is going to be an interesting choice to see what happens. Now, personally, I don't think he's going to, I don't know. I suppose the most realistic guess is that he might send some forces over here to Shangtan. We've only just started the stream, so don't worry. We're just discussing over here at Changsha. I think he might send some force to Shangtan just to potentially... But even then, like, why? Why would he do that? He's got 2 units there that were there previously. He's had another 10 units arrive due to those being the ones that retreated. So those forces are really not in good shape. So I feel like he might indeed send possibly a corps or 2, maybe a couple corps to Shangtan. But even then, it really doesn't benefit him to be in that situation, because if he sends his forces over here I don't know, if he sends too much over here, then it does become attractive to begin to consider attacking Changsha. We've got to remember that there's probably level 3, level 4 fortifications here still. It's still not an ideal situation to be attacking here. Yeah, I feel like his only chance of retreat is to retreat to the north over here, which is something that I would prefer him to do. I don't want him to go for this route over here of looking for Jikyang. It's not terrible because I could chase him, but I don't want to have the entire Chinese army in this area moving down this road. It's one of those of where I'd like to be able to move this way quickly, and I'd rather not have to deal with all of this as well. Oh, thank you very much there, Grapes. Good to have you, my friend. Grapes is a great name. Yeah. To answer your question there, good man, we did at the beginning of the turn actually capture Hengyang in quite the momentous victory, which is very nice. What we're looking at now, what we're discussing here, is really how to persecute the next few turns. Well, next turn, really. And on that note, what I'm going to do here is, let's see, so they're all at 4 fatigue, then, that's fine. What we're going to do then is we'll take the 9th Armoured Car Company over here then. And we're going to set him to Xiaoyang. How you doing, man, AT? Good to have you, my friend. So what we're going to do now then is set all to follow. Now, the interesting thing is they are all planning here for Changsha. I don't know, is it worthwhile to keep this? That's the question. I think what I'll do then is, until we are actually absolutely certain of where the attack is going to be, then we'll keep their target set as it is. If an slowing battleship interception point is around front frigate shell. Okay, that's cool to know. I mean, this is it. It's assuming a lot, but we'll see what happens. I mean, something of that sort of speed, it does make sense that it could be one of the standards there. It could be like a patrol boat, but then why would you send a patrol boat? It just, a lot of things over there just don't make sense. I don't think he's going for some sort of lander, because what the hell does he have to carry out a lander at this stage? And more so, what the hell would he gain? Did you reload the turn? No. No, too many things have happened since then. I'm not going to do a lot again. Right, so we're currently planning for Hengyang. What we're going to do then is set the actual headquarters over here to plan for Xiaoyang. I'm not made of time, my dude. I'm not made of time. No, we're not going to be blind this turn. We are going to have the actual submarine float plane. Right, I'm planning for Xiaoyang. Which is why, again, we have this submarine float plane. And again, which is why we have the submarine set to the intercept pattern. I don't know about them playing in the Pentagon, actually. I don't know, I suppose it could be very good, interesting pastime, really, I'd imagine. Okay, so we have the two army headquarters over here planned for the Korean army in the North China area army planned for Xiaoyang. So they have a command radius of 1. So that puts us well within range of Xiaoyang. These assets over here are all planned for Xiaoyang now. I mean, the 104th Division really has been proving itself. They still have really excellent planning here for Xiaoyang, which is very good. It would be nice, obviously, to have more, but it is what it is. So, if we take a look then, the 15th Division is going to be the one remaining behind. So they're going to be set to the rest and recuperation mode, the rest and training mode. They will be reinforced shortly. It is going to be an interesting timescale here, but as you can see, due to the fact that we have sent an armoured car company to head to Xiaoyang and have the other forces actually follow up, it does actually keep their progress. So we will end up, we'll definitely be here tomorrow. We'll be here then the day after, more than likely. Potentially with movement already over here as well. So we do have options. But yeah, no, it's a consideration about the attack on Changsha, but then again, it's one of these of, if he keeps all his forces over there, we stand to lose quite a lot there. I don't want to leave myself and my hands tied. The fact is, he's going to either choose to retreat. He's got only a few options really here. Very few options. He may look to actually make battle, which is fine. I would prefer him to make battle, even if it was at Hengyang. It would be a little bit awkward, but I would prefer him to make battle in this area. I don't want him to immediately retreat, but I feel like he may just have to. So what I want to do here then is I want to keep pressure on, but I don't want to put too much pressure on, not yet. Not until we really get a sense of how he's going to react. Once we know how he's going to react, and once we can actually have once we have a plan in place to prevent him from doing what we do not want him to do, then that's when we put the pressure on. We already see movement, so we see the forces over here from Aichang. Now, I feel like he may keep a strong force at Changsha and look to hold this road open. That's really in his interest. If he loses Changsha, then that is kind of a wash here. He's going to be up Ship Creek, really. He could potentially win a battle or two or something of that nature, but the thing is, he's going to be in a horrific situation at that point, man. And the thing is, I don't want to destroy the Chinese armies, but if we aren't able to just ruin his supply situation, we'll be able to just overrun them and make a chunking, potentially. Not to say that there aren't defences in chunking. There more than likely are defences in chunking, or defenders, I should say. But it would be nice to get there. It's going to be difficult, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of wooded rough terrain over here. This is all time street terrain, etc. Yeah, so chunking itself is urban light. So we'll see. This road over here would be very nice. I mean, Kuei Yang would be very nice to actually go ahead and take there. That would be, well, very handy to actually gain access to that road there. Hopefully it doesn't put troops in the way of long-distance marches. Don't want the same happening like the big mountain force. Well, this is it. I think due to the fact that we will have the armor in such numbers, it's going to give us the ability to chase him. And he's not going to be able to move that quick. Which is why I feel like he's going to hold forces at Changsha. But even then, we do have our greater force at Changsha. So it's going to be really to the wire here. It's going to be really to the wire. I mean, the beautiful aspect of all of this is the fact that due to him moving his forces over here to Hengyang in movement mode, it's completely eliminated the threat to our flank over here, which is just stupendously, it's just amazing. And it's like it would have been nice to have had the attack over here at Nanyang, but hey, it's apparently not going to be. So what I'm going to do then is have these forces actually march south over here, unfortunately, as much as it hurts. we've got to go for it then, I guess. Would rather have not. I'll put them in movement mode. I don't think there's an issue here for that. So just make sure everybody's following. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? At least obviously we'll bear that in mind now. Bear in mind, obviously, the arrow was indicating down here to the south. So obviously that's why we didn't pay any heed to it. Right, so we have our forces up here. What I'm going to do is instead send the 2 divisions, sort of the 2 corps. So make sure they're going to head for the right position here. So they've been told to head to that objective. Right, set all to follow in the same operations mode. What I need then is a unit to actually fill out the garrison of Loyang. When will your troops arrive at Port Moresby? Oh god, I think we're just over halfway now. So it might be another week or 2 before that actually happens. But that's fine. There's no major rush there. Right, the Independent. So I can't break that unit down, unfortunately. Do I have anything else that could potentially act as a garrison? I've got an additional 50 over here then. That's okay. I could maybe make use of that. You were originally going to be headed to Suchal, but instead you're going to be headed over here. Yeah, you need to stop building fortifications. Right, what do I have here then? That's 52 AV. How much do I need here then? Okay, that'll do. I'm just gonna march them. Right, so what I'm gonna do there is grab another brigade. Hey, dude, man, nomadic. I mean, this is it. It seems like most people are able to watch here. I mean, I will do it on Twitch at some point in the future again as well, just see what the numbers are like. Yeah, I mean, hopefully people prefer it here, but I'll do both. I need to make sure to do both. But no, thanks for reminding me. Okay, just have you in rest mode. Unless you're actually heading out somewhere. No, you're not. Right, okay, so that was a unit there that I had prepared and forgotten about. So that's good news then. That's another unit sent towards Chengzhou. Very handy. Right, so we do need some additional over here, actually. And over here as well. I do need to go ahead and deal with that. It's not as if any platform really is any better than the other one, I suppose. Like, they're both good in their own ways. Doesn't really particularly matter that much, really. It's just whichever people find easier, to be honest. In fact, I'm going to keep that unit there. I don't think there's any need for it to move out. I want to have the option to respond if he indeed retreats in an annoying way. Right, okay. Guiyang, yeah. Well, this is it. I mean, the entire purpose of the paratroopers is that they are raiding units. I'm not going to keep them here permanently. What we're going to be doing here then is I'm going to be living up to the spirit of the rule and transporting the rest of the Yokosuka third. At that point, I will consider whether they will stay or not. We do have the means to transfer the damaged brigade to unit if we so wish to do so from Langson. But then again, I don't know if it is indeed worth doing. It might be one of these of keeping the Yokosuka there for the time being. I might even have them march north towards Guiyang. It is an interesting one, really. He's going to move up over this road pretty quickly. It would be nice to have a roadblock just to try and slow him down. I mean, I do need to maintain Taeyun's airfield so I can actually get the hell out of here. But it's an interesting one. The good news is we can move here to Xiaoyang before he could move over here to Taeyun. And then obviously once we have the armor, we could bypass this area and then we could almost like block him off then. And we'll see. It's going to be a very interesting one to see what happens. But I mean, to be honest, it would be worthwhile to try and make sure we can cut the Bam Road over here. Even if we're going to make it to Chongqing. But it's going to be a difficult one, really. We are in a fortunate position, but it's really just trying to make sure we can make the right decisions to get ourselves over here. And these forces need to be dealt with, but I don't want to be stuck here. I mean, even if we are stuck here, then okay. We've gained a good few cities, and then I think we just have to call it a day, really. As far as it goes, we're trying to crack China, depending on the situation there. If we end up in a situation where it's got a good couple 100,000 troops in the mountains, then yeah, well, in the Wood and Rough, that's going to be really... There's not much we can do about that. But if we can still come out of this looking rose, then that'd be happy enough. But obviously, we would try to aim to deal a fatal blow. But that one's easier said than done, really. But okay. So what I'm going to do here, then, is let's see. So we've got the Sallies. Is it just the Sallies over here, then? Indeed it is. And the good news is I'll be able to start to make use of the airfield at Hengyang in the future. That's going to be handy. Now, we do have the 55th Infantry Brigade there. Right. So you're marching, that's another brigade there. Oh, right, okay. Apparently that cancels that movement. That's annoying. So we'll move you... Well, we'll actually have you progress to Xiaoyang as well. Right, here we go. What I'm going to do then is actually place this unit on top of this unit over here then. The reason being that he would then... Well... He's going to have to probably attack. We'll know when he's moving. If he begins moving, then we can potentially consider an attack. It's a little bit of a pain in the arse, that unit. A little bit under garrison there. And we do have additional units moving, which is good. Okay. In all honesty, it would be nice to potentially move out some of these engineer coys. These companies, really. So I might hold on to them a little bit longer. Right. I'm going to have you instead return to Kukong. I need to make sure we hold the garrison there. Yeah, I mean, this is it. The good news is that by holding Taeyun and Chikyang, at least we have two roads. He can get to Taeyun, but the thing is, it's going to take him time. We've disabled his ability to use a rail line, which is nice. That's the important aspect there. He could then... I mean, this is it. It's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. Yeah, I mean, this is why I don't want to put on too much pressure. Don't want to put on too much pressure that he's like, okay, I've got to go. How you doing there, Spritz? Good to have you, my friend. Right, so I do seem to have the majority of our bombers over here. Now, range... so we were able to hit Hengyang, so we do have a range then, which is good. Yeah, so they're currently hitting Shangtan. Range is 5. Everyone. Hello, everyone. So I'm not entirely sure if it is a surefire method of forcing him to go into combat mode. But I suppose I might have one group of bombers potentially attack each of these. I'm not entirely sold on it, but we'll... I suppose it's worthwhile. I suppose it's worthwhile. I'll put 2 groups on it just in case, I suppose. Hey, doing there, Monkey? Good to have you, my friend. I don't know, is it worthwhile doing that, or is it worthwhile concentrating our bombers against one of these targets? I think Shang-Tan would be quite nice, as obviously these guys at Changsha are going to come under bombardment. So I think we can actually... Yeah, we can discard Changsha then for the air power. It would be nice to hit over here due to the fact that there's a lot of disabled forces over there that we could actually hit and destroy as well. But then again, is it worthwhile doing that? It's probably worthwhile just to hit Xiaoyang, I suppose you could say. But is it? I suppose it's one of these questions of what impact is it going to have? And if we start bombing Xiaoyang, is it going to make that much of a difference to make it worthwhile? I mean, maybe, but I doubt that. I sincerely doubt that. If I was to bomb him at Shang-Tan, there's probably going to be more forces over there, but there's more disabled. So at least by hitting the disabled forces that were not actually be intended to fight yet, at least we might be able to destroy some of them. Interesting choice. What do you guys reckon? Yeah, well, he's going to get bombarded leaving Changsha, so that one's, I'm not sure good idea to forego Changsha. Alright, well, what we'll do then is we'll just have... We'll hit all 3 then. Fuck it, why not then? I suppose we've got the ability to do so, so why the hell not? I keep considering about bringing the reserves in here, but I'll bring the reserves when we actually go to Rangoon. So we'll have these sallies then. I mean, then again, the sallies have the range. So I think what we'll do then is we'll have the sallies hit these targets further out. We have 3 groups of sallies. Good numbers as well. Okay. So put a group over Xiaoyang. One of them, unfortunately, which is obviously out of ignorance, not malice, which is something I've had to explain many times now, which is unfortunate. Everything else, Baron was legitimate. Just misunderstandings, really. Bombardment comes after movement. Is it right? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I think I'll make more of an effort against Shang-Tan. Right, so they're set there. So what I need to do then is grab the actual fighters. Tactical Somber. That's a new one. Okay. Yeah, I'd imagine you probably wouldn't expect it. We'll flank him. We'll flank him by going around the circumference of the Earth. I mean, that'd be a hell of a move. I wish that was so. I wish that was so. Okay, fatigue's actually nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's good news. So, do we sweep? I think we'll have a... Well, how many how many Ki-27s do we have? So we have a Ki-43 squadron over here, which is handy. We have a Zeros, and we have a 43 squadron. I've got 127 squadron there. I don't think I need to tremendously... Oh, no, I've got more 27s over here. Oh, hallelujah. That really makes things a lot easier, man. Okay, awesome, awesome. Very handy there. So what I'll do is actually have them... maybe at potentially higher altitudes, but then again, no, just having the sheer amount of numbers there does work. So yeah, what we'll do then is we've got K-27, so we'll have a group patrol, well, obviously escort over Changsha. We'll have a group over Shangtan. So Hengyang, Shangtan, Changsha, and have you over Shaoyang. Okay. What I'll do then is take the K-27 over here. We'll have you over Changsha. Then again, I might have... yeah. I've got the fighters to cover these areas now, which is very handy. The good news is I can move a transport aircraft over here and let the K-43s over here do their job. So what I'll do then is... I could have the K-43s potentially split to escort each raid, and then have these Zeros actually sweep. It might be worthwhile to do that. It might be worthwhile just to have them all sweep, but then again, we've seen that they don't necessarily always pick up on the enemy. So what we'll do then is we'll divide it. We'll have the 43s escort then, I suppose you could say. So I might have them just escort at 15,000 feet. They're not as tight. Well, then again, they're less likely to actually link up. It might be worthwhile just to go for a long-range combat air patrol. But then again, what I could potentially... Yeah, I've got the Counter-7s over here. What do you guys reckon then? Do we go for a long-range combat air patrol over these 3 bases instead? I don't really need to cover anything else other than that, and I could give them a chance to rest then afterwards. I think by having them on long-range combat air patrol, obviously I could have them in a superior altitude as well, which would be better for the airframe. Sweep. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, this is it. Like, I had more expectations of sweep last turn, but it seems somewhat surprised there. Really odd. Just really odd that there was just one aircraft as well. It makes me wonder where that was flown out from. He's got some aircraft over at Changte. I mean, that must be the one fighter there, but it's just so... Is he trying to bait us to bomb Changte? I don't know. Strange one, really. It makes me wonder, though, does he not have enough, or what? I think I'll go for a long-range combat patrol with the 3 Oscar groups over here, and then have the Zero sweep, perhaps. Unless anybody has any suggestions, I think that might be a way to cover all bases. We'll then have them rest afterwards. So I'm going to give them the drop tanks to make sure they have that range at normal. Yeah, extends the normal there quite nicely. So, long-range air patrol over Shaoyang. Again, if anybody has a better idea, do let me know. Just trying to make sure we cover all bases here. Luckily, fatigue's not too bad. I don't expect to have to do this for long anyway. Make sure they have the drop tanks, just give them that range. Not that they particularly need it, but I'd rather not have them drop off through operational losses. Now, that does give us the ability to use the Zeros to sweep. Their fatigue's similarly not too bad either. How you doing there, Alex? I need to complete my thesis for tomorrow, so I will be quick. I agree with the people that say Midway is only bait. You have only reports of his fleet in the south. Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's an interesting one. I think until we know what is really there, then... And yeah, I don't think we lose anything but a single day by heading north and being prepared. If it turns out to be a wash, then we can go back south. We're not committed as of yet, but we are interested, I suppose you could say. We put a reserve down, I suppose you could say that. I think his objective could be the Minikitapatai, at least the Dutch Indies. Potentially so. Potentially so. Well, the Minikitapatai will be linking up with the Kargi and Karga at Truck. And frankly, we're not heading for an offensive down in that area. We're kind of waiting to see what happens. I imagine he's going to probably come to us. I feel like his move against Midway is probably a diversion. But then again, I don't think he expects us to actually have the... I don't think he expects to have Minikitapatai combined with Truck and then the combined fleet as it is. So that's interesting. Right, anyway, so Hengyang. So we're going to have them cover Changsha instead. Yeah, that's pretty much what the plan is, really. Right, so we're sweeping there. Well, they're not really Marines as such. They're part of the Navy, but they are paratroopers. Single fighter is probably a combination of limited numbers and range to long-range cap. That's good to know. That's fine. No, I mean it's one of these of he moved his forces just too late, really. But he should not have really had them there to begin with, because they served no purpose. How you doing there, Como? Good to have you, my friend. Okay, so we'll double check here then. So we've got the Zeros and Oscars. So the Oscars here covering different areas in long range combat patrol. The 27s are escorting Changsha, Shaoyang, Shangtan. So we're sweeping, escort, and then, well, long range combat patrol. You're on sweep, actually. You should be on escort. Shangtan, please. There we go. And then we can give them a rest. Right, just make sure we've got the bomber set up. I'll double check the reconnaissance as well. So, Shaoyang, Shangtan, and Shangtan. We need Changsha as well. No, actually saying that, I probably don't need that. No, there's no European theatre in Warner Pacific. Yeah, okay. I'm just considering, is it worthwhile having the Sallies hit Shaoyang? No, I think hitting some out. Well, I think having a bomber squadron at Shaoyang's fine. I think what I'll use is the short-range bombers against Changsha. Makes it a little bit easier on them with the actual normal operation radius then. So send over level bombers over here then to target Changsha. Oh, that's fine, my dude. Okay. Shaoyang, Shangtan, Shangtan. Then these guys are hitting Changsha, Changsha, Changsha. It's fine. Right, so we've set that up there. So what we need to do now then is, let's see, how are the Oscars over here looking? Alright, fatigue's actually nowhere near as bad as I was imagining it to be. So what I'm going to do then is long-range combat air patrol at Taeyeon with this unit. Now... I don't think it really matters what altitude I have the paratroopers at. Well, I should say the transport aircraft. I don't think it matters. I can't see a reason why it would matter. I think I'll go for about 15,000 feet then to give them maximum maneuverability. I think we'll have 2 groups set to escort. Or do we maybe go for both on long-range combat air patrol? Well, I'm going to transfer the aircraft from Hankow down here, anyhow. So I'm not going to be sending as many aircraft. So I think we'll go for 2 long-range combat air patrols, perhaps. Over Taeyeon. So I think I'll have 20,000, 15,000. There's naval warfare, but in a very limited degree. Right, then they can do that. Okay, so you can see that unit was actually used, so these are the ones we'll be used now then. So what we're going to do then is obviously continue to transfer the units over here. I'll bring in additional forces. We'll have them stood down until tomorrow, then let them just, yeah. Otherwise they're not entirely likely to fly that mission, perhaps. So let's see then, transport aircraft. So the L3Y2s are really good at this sort of stuff. There's a decent bit of fatigue there. I may want to have this unit moved out elsewhere. They do have pretty good range. Really good range, to be honest. Okay. You're pretty good there. What's your range? It's 11, 14 extended. So that is well within range from Langson. Okay. So, we need to figure out where these fellows are going to be heading. It might be worthwhile to transfer everything over to Langson. But then again, I'd like to have the ability to pick up our forces from Chikyang if needs be. So, I mean, I could even have them fly supply, but not yet. So, these Sallies over here, then, they have 10, so they can make it too. So what I'm going to do, then, is have them just set to rest for this moment in time, and both of these units as well, so Topsies as well. Then I'm going to transfer the Topsy... Then again, is it necessary to do so? Right, so I do have the KI-59s over here. KI-59s do have 4 hexes at max, which is unfortunately out of range. But that does put them within range of Chikyang. So we could do... well, we could play some sort of a shell game, perhaps, if we had to. So I could potentially have those shorter range transports actually positioned to Taeyeon and then fly units into Chikyang if needs be to get that extra lift capacity, but I don't think that's necessary. Things do get easy if we do take another city out here. I mean, what's the distance here then? So let's see. 6, unfortunately too short. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know whether it's worthwhile to keep these guys over here just in case we have to move units. I mean, this unit over here at Taeyeon has... they have a good few days before anything may arrive. There are 2 units over here. But then if they're engaged in combat, I suppose the thing is, it's like, I don't envision having to lose these units. It's not gonna be the end of the world if we do lose them, I suppose you could say. It depends. I will try to get them out. Obviously, that looks like it's going to be the inevitable option there. Okay. It might be worthwhile to have a Topsy squadron over here just in case, just so it's ready. I could have both Topsy squadrons over there. I think what we'll do then is we'll transfer the 2nd Raiding Sentai perhaps over there. I don't know, I'm not super... So this one's the least threat is a Taeyeon. I think what we'll do then is we'll transfer one squadron over here so we have the additional option if we need it. I could always then have it transferred back. I don't know if he would send these units over here. I don't think they would do well, especially considering that they probably are base forces. I suppose it's arguable which one might be held in greater threat, really. Well, in greater danger. But what I'll do then is I'll transfer one squadron just so we have the additional capacity if needed, and then I can transfer it back. Hey, Divinity. I like Aurora. I just can't wait for the actual updated version to come out. That'd be really good. Yeah, but now to play 64-bit, it's going to be amazing. Nah, nothing particularly happened. We were just talking about transports, actually. So they're going to be stood down. Okay, this artillery... You know, I really can't justify going north, can I? No one is Southern Army. So they're going to head south to Canton. I still got to think about Singapore after all. Yeah, we'll finish the turn here today. Thanks, Chaotic. Right, so they're going to head back to Kukong. That's okay. Got engineers moving up that way. Yeah, the 38th will probably be required, perhaps. But then again, if it's not, that's fine. We'll arrive here in this hex tomorrow either way. So if we're needed over here, which probably will need the 38th just to actually act as that additional AV, but then I probably will be able to withdraw it to Canton. I don't imagine having to keep the 38th Division in China terribly long. It would obviously be quite welcome to have another division over here. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, obviously the Imperial Guard Division. It is recovering slowly but surely, but it has been severely beaten up. Yeah, Kankol. I need to get that one out there, don't I? Changsha. Yeah, that one's quite split up, really. I'll try and get them out as I can, actually. Any troops planned for Saipan area bombardment? Yes, I'm gonna get on with that. You're like a bunch of bloody nagging bastards sometimes. Oh dear. I don't get paid enough to do this. That's my defense. Okay. So continue bombardment. I might even have these forces pulled out, to be honest. Let's see. 30th Division. So, Changsha Kankor. It's Korean Army. Changsha, Wuchang. 40th Brigade over there. So I could reform another division there. That would be preferable to do. I fucking wish. I wish. Not wish. I wish. Right, I plan for Nanyang. Bold. Considering I head into Changsha. Okay. Right, so we're going to set these guys to movement. He will more than likely arrive here tomorrow, but he can't actually attack until the day after anyway. So what we'll do then is we'll have a day movement mode, and then we'll switch over to combat mode afterwards. Then get moving. So we'll have these forces moving out over here then. So we should be able to assemble a good two brigades to begin with. There's another 2 brigades that are marching down this way. I'll find some sort of thing to cover Loyang. Yeah. We'll figure it out. How are they going for planning for Nanyang, actually? I almost said Loyang. Yeah, okay. Right, you're still resting here at the moment. Yeah, but it's one of these things of all it would take is for a unit that we didn't know to march into Loyang, well, know about, to march into Loyang, and then that would be that. I could probably send a good few of these guys out, but let's see. There's a good few over here that I would like to reform. So, Su Shao. I like saying it in Chinese, bloody accent, it amuses me. Okay, so I'm going to move you to go ahead and link over. So, Su Shao, Shanghai. Right, okay. Send you north there. Reform that division. Yeah, things like this we need to really get properly sorted out. Did we get any information, or is that what I said earlier? I can't remember if we said that this turn or the turn before, actually. Must not have got any information over SunYan. That's no, SunYan. It's unfortunate. Here's a good question. If Germany took Moscow, would Japan join the war and attack Russia? Oh. I'd say no. The reason being, Japan. Well, this is it. It's one of these things. If it looked like the Soviet Union was absolutely gonna fall, then perhaps. Oh, I just saw some light outside. I'm gonna save it now, just in case. I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder outside. Just save it, just in case. I'm going to save it a couple times just in case as well, actually. You never know. Right, there we go. So we'll reform that division there. That'll give me a little bit more to play with. That koi could be moved out elsewhere now. Oops. Things like this, I'm going to move out of China, to be honest. These kois, they're very cheap. How much would this cost me to actually move out of China? Yeah, 9 points. Something like that. That's another lightning strike? Cool. So it would not take much. It's one of these things. The Japanese, they had a series of lessons actually that they learned from the Russians around about. I think it was around about this point here. Was it? It might have been around about this sort of point. I might be wrong, but I believe it was somewhere around this area. Perhaps something like this. Yeah, the Japanese got a pretty severe lesson there. I'll put these guys on rest and train for this moment, considering I don't expect anything bad. These guys can remain. Whoa, Nelly. Terrible outside. Right, okay. Oh yeah, that's a good question. I actually need to answer that one. Yeah, we'll have a new carrier. I think it'll arrive in, what, 3 days now, maybe? Yeah, 3 days. As we'll get Yunyo. I did take it off accelerated progress actually and have it on normal. I just don't have the points at the moment to actually go for acceleration, per se. So what I'm going to do then is, once this is finished, then we'll have the points to do so. Let's see, Naval. Okay. So they're moving there. That's good. With the new carrier, more than likely I'll head for truck, to be honest. More than likely. Though, to be honest, if we do end up having the combined fleet sent north, then I'll probably take Yunyo to join over there. But for the most part, more than likely to head to truck. It's going to be interesting to see what happens over here. Of course, we do have a submarine set to intercept over there. Right, you're going to run 100% search. That's good. Okay. Right. So let's see what we have over here then. That's a Blanche again, yeah. Right. Could you actually load any troops aboard? You could load troops. Yeah, that was it. What I'm going to do then is cancel loading that. Tell them to load troops. So they would have to be in van mode, okay. But what I'll do then is I'll get that underway. I mean, I think fundamentally, it's going to sound like a really, like, silly thing to say, but it really was the logistics that beats it. Well, the logistics beat the Germans, as well as the Russian army. I mean, that's the thing to say, the Soviet army now. But, yeah, the limit of your logistics does not help. No, you don't have anything there, so I'll get you to load the 65th. I'll get the 65th down to Namla. Right, so we took that, so that's good news. Right. Dock, load troops, select unit. And if I load, and it's out. We'll get you loaded up and headed out elsewhere. Okay, you're already heading back? Now then, not you. 4th Sea, so we're on a secondary road here. Well, I'll set you to combat mode. Okay. How much AP is this? 30 assault value here. Where's the rest of the unit? Right, so they're all headed out. So what we're going to do then is we're going to have the actual 82nd Naval Brigade, Naval Guard, sorry, begin to plan for Denpasar. Right, 4th A detachment will arrive tomorrow. Okay. Semarang. Okay, so that is where they're currently planning for, okay. Seems doable, I suppose. I mean, we need to suppress Surabaya. Suppress the air power at Surabaya, really. Right, so they're heading out there. So Denpasar. I could do with flying a reconnaissance flight over Denpasar to get an idea what the defenses might look like. I do have a decent amount of Oscars. It might be worthwhile to sweep Sorabaya. Still have a good one. Good man, have a good one. Yeah, I think what we might consider doing then is potentially sweeping Sorabaya. And that could be quite good there. It would be nice to use zeros though, so I would prefer to use zeros. I do have 10 zeros. And missing one part as well before Anno jumps in somewhere. I know he does the sensor sort of stuff. So we do have 10 zeros down here. So I give him a pilot. Yoshida. Can't remember if I'm doing it the right way here. Oh, no, I forgot how you do it. I forgot how you do it. How you doing there, Tetra? Good to have you, my friend. Okay. So we're going to have these guys transferred to Makassar. Right. Still missing him, of course. I'll double check how to do that. I'm going to have them rest now. Decent bit of fatigue there. Okay. It's not so bad, we have fuel on the way. Yeah, there's literally 3750 over here. And there's another 3750 on the way as well. Should have some tankers actually. Right, I do have these tankers over here actually. Right, so they've just finished up. I could do with them refueling here, so let's see. Minimal refuel. So they can't dock at the moment. Okay. Just minimal. Do they take on any there? I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have them head over here to Valdwab and fill up. Right, that'll do. Transferring a patrol boat. $12 knots. Okay, you'll do. I don't need them to be docked. I always forget how old you are, Carl. You've got a very youthful aspect about you. Right. Now I think about it, that sounds like an insult. I promise you it's not. Right, they can head back to Baldwar. Yeah, I've got the area quarters over here at Baldwar. I need to figure out where it needs to go, actually. I don't know about harder to handle than one of the East. They're different games, really. Similar but different games. Yeah, that's true. Chino's looking good. Looking excellent, actually. Now that tender? Guess not. She 1,000. She hasn't done anything this turn, actually. Right, unable. I like one of the East. I like one of the East. It's the fact that it's a really fun theatre. The game is... It's one of those where it's not that hard to get into. But it's one of those where, of course, you're going to have to master it, aren't you? How you doing there, Rank? Good to have you, my friend. Right. So Fuso has not yet been rearmed. Yamashiro, not too bad. Let's see. Right, awesome. It's because I'm playing it in, like, windowed mode. It really does not like that. Okay. So, we're going for the distance, then. Don't want to be in range of those 200mm coastal defense guns. I think that... Was it 150 or 200? I think it's 200. Can't remember exactly now. I've got decent range, so 22,000 yards would be fine. Oops. We'll just make it 21,000 yards then, I guess. Right. Time it is allowed. So bombard bombardment with the 4-rounder battleship. Okay. Okay. So we'll have the 4 battleships bombard Ambon again tomorrow then. It's going to be interesting. I think we'll hold them maybe for another round or two, and then I'll have them withdraw. Well, I'll have them pull back to bombard Wankal. At that point, I can actually have... Is it Fuso? I think it's Fuso. I forget which one it is that's damaged, but I can have Fuso, whichever BB is damaged, and have them repairing either like Hong Kong and Nagasaki, or one of the other repair yards in that area, really. Yeah. I could potentially probe with a bombardment attack from the actual, the actual forces at Ambon. It could be interesting to get like an idea of how strong they are, but we'll see what happens then. I think I'll bombard first with the battleships, and then we could potentially bombard them afterwards. I'd rather have the option to actually get supplied first and foremost, so that is going to be one of the actual uses for bringing transport aircraft away and back down this way. I need to figure out why these guys aren't going to allow me here to load. That's bizarre. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Yeah, it's not giving me the option to load troops. Is it because none of them are in... But then again, why is it's greyed out here? I'm a little bit confused about that. And just make sure they're planned for certain areas. Oh, they're going to be fast transport. That's interesting. Thing is, they do. Can carry troops and cargo. It has no capacity in amphibious transport. That's bizarre. Oh, no. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, of course. It's fast transport, isn't it? Yeah, and it's only APDs that can do the amphibious. That makes sense now. Okay. So we've got 1,200 now, which is actually quite a lot. Obviously, I'm going to need some supply as well. So, verified load. There we go. We'll get them loaded up and then we can actually make use of them then. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I know, right. Right, so the car has been loaded. My Zuru. No, I mean that's something to truly lament there. That track there was from some website. Non-copyrighted music, which is great. It's a lot of supply to be carried there, to be honest. It's a little bit worrying. I could do with that supply being moved out elsewhere. Yeah, see a shot in there, monkey. Right, let's make sure that are loading back up. Right, loading troops. Loading as well. You need to take that base first, so cancel unloading. I think there's a mod for that. Okay, we'll go for a deliberate attack. Take that base. You're moving to B-Man, it seems, then. You're heading over there now. It's good. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements there. We're going to have these guys get loaded up, actually. So let's dock them. Do I have anything else in here that I can do amphibious? There is the Awatha Maru, which would be very nice to actually have in there, but it's too risky. How do we get to these other islands? Right. See, Denpass is the only one that I think is garrisoned. Okay, I just need to know what's going on these islands over here first. Okay. Well, you're flying 2000. It's K-27 is where the... Right. I'm gonna have you transferred over to Balikpapan. I don't think we need any fighters in this area. So transfer you over there to Balikpapan. I might even transfer another group over there, move the full thing over there. Right, Kandari again. I do have some zero. Oh, I've got some zeros over here. Okay, I forgot about those. Once it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Right. How long until we have the rest of the squadron here? It's been that long sometimes. It feels like I've forgotten a lot of things here. Okay, well, we'll have them trained then for the time being. Defense is really good there. See you later, AT. Have a good one, my friend. Yeah, that's not great. So we'll have them actually prepare then. So we'll have them set to rest. But I'm going to transfer them over to Makassar. Look, I do have some supplies there. What I could do with doing is actually transferring supplies from Balikpapan onto the island of Celebes actually in the near future. We do generate supplies at a good rate, so that'll be quite good to keep this going. I don't think we have any light, well, I don't think there's any industry over here, but it's actually... No, there's no industry over here. Oh well, c'est la vie. Right, you're in combat patrol, okay. Yeah, you're in KFO freeze. Kandari. If it did max range, it's obviously unfortunate. Oh, it's corrupted. Oh, that sucks. I mean, that. Yeah, that's your time, unfortunately. So I don't imagine you're happy about that. Yeah, if it's anything trained, and it's only due to oversight, but it's at that sort of range. It's quite a lot of fatigue now. That'll be alright. Okay, we're nearly enough done over in this area. There's really not that much left to do, to be honest. G3 over here. You need to be moved out to Makassar. Yeah, you're a brave, brave man if you're in Orlando Bataan. You're a brave man. I'm sure the Fortress of Grigsby would have something to say about that. Why the hell are you even here? You serve me no purpose here. Are you loaded? What do you have? You're actually good to go. Okay. Yeah. It's just really not worth it, I don't imagine. I would really like to get up and around here, to be honest. I'll have you sent to Balapapan to refuel them, and I'm going to have you sent down to Perth. Right, you're still heading out there, that's okay. Alright, we'll get you down that way. Much too many coys over there. Right, shock attack should be fine there. Mainland station. It is a bit risky with those transports there, to be honest. So it's probably safer to retire to some distance and then come back. So what I'll do then is I'll actually have them head into Brunei. I'll disband in Brunei. Let's see, actually. Yeah, it's fuel and both, so that's okay. Okay. Yep, those are some big guns. You gotta watch out for that 75mm. So we'll continue with the bombardment over here then. Those forces moving, okay. So you're gonna load up, get you moving out. We're getting additional forces loaded up over here, so we'll get things ready to move down here then. Fuel's moving. Bombardment's gonna go ahead, that's okay. We're getting assets loaded up over here. And let's see what we're going over here. So we've got the 82nd Naval Guard. I don't know. It's one of those of what you really gain by taking Bataan that early. Like, Bataan's great, but the thing is you can bottle Bataan and leave it to be starved to death. I know, right? I mean, maybe consider bringing Bataan to, like, cover a land in a Mersing, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I'm of the opinion that the Pearl Harbor Strike is probably the best thing you can do with a Bataan on the first day. I mean, even when I originally considered landing at Eba, but even these areas are fairly strongly held. You could go for a land at Lingayen, or yeah, Lingayen you could probably attempt, but you would need some decent forces to do that, really. Okay. How you doing there, man? He's a man, manly man. There's a macho man. Wanna be macho man. You got that fucking song in my head now. I'll check on that in just a moment, actually. I'm just gonna move these submarines. How you doing there, caller? I need fuel here. Macho man. I wanna be a macho man. That's a brilliant song. Mm, 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 mm. I've got a couple of these, like, 12 knotters actually I'd like to make use of. Do I have the fuel here yet? I do. Muted. Oh dear. Right, I'd like to get some fuel sent down to that area. Macho man. Right. Dock and load. Did you get it? Dock and load? Ah, fucking genius. Right, here's him in blue. Yeah, something like that. I could do with a few PBs being sent over there. Yeah, the pump patrol. Oh dear. No, I can appreciate that bear caller. I can indeed appreciate that. Is it wise to move that much supply over there? I could do with moving it around the area. I will have a run arriving at truck in the near future. We'll take a look at that. I'm not to be blamed. Right, so we are 24 miles into the 46-mile journey. So we are getting closer. I mean, I think what I would like to do is bring down some destroyed minesweepers to potentially get rid of any mines there. And it would be nice to go ahead and bombard with heavy cruisers or BBs if we have any in the area. Yeah, just try and soften it up, really. That would be ideal. No, that was nice. I think it went significantly better than I think anybody anticipated there, really. That one was quite a surprise, in all honesty. Right, where are you heading? You're heading northeast, which is interesting. So it looks like you might be headed towards Port Moresby. So we'll go ahead and join that path. Put you on 100% search for the time being. Right, you're patrolling this area, but what I'm going to do then is... Let's see, if you were to head this way... You go to Moresby, where would you go? Oh, okay, I see. I don't really need the recon over Port Moresby as of yet. Okay. You've taken a bit of pounding there, haven't you? Yeah, I like Dragonfell, it's pretty cool. Right, okay. Right, we are slowly but surely working on the airfield now. Right. What's your cruise speed? 20. 15. Okay. Not worth sending those guys. It'd be nice, but their cruise speed's 20 knots. They're really, really good. But then we'd be slowing them down with the actual warships. So it's one of those of if I'm slowing them down, I might as well go for something that's also 15 knots. Yeah, they'll do. Right. I don't particularly need supplies much in this area due to the fact that we can actually perpetuate it. What am I working on here? Nothing anymore. Okay. Might be worthwhile to put in the other high-speed transports, but we'll see. So what I want to do then is I'm going to grab the 4th... I'm going to grab these other units over here, these construction. Yeah, I'll put the other 2 in. How bizarre. Okay. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Should have done that to begin with. Oh well. Right, so we'll get them loaded up anyhow. So we'll have the construction engineer sent out towards truck. I can have the... Yeah, we'll have the air headquarters sent out then towards Luganville. I'm tempted to potentially send... What do I have over here to make this happen then? So I've got 2 destroyers in... That's actually a really nice one as well. Right, bugger the fortifications for the time being. I've got a couple over here. What I'm thinking about is maybe moving the headquarters, but I don't think it's worthwhile to move it yet. I could potentially move a base force, but then again, is it worthwhile doing that? I think potentially keeping the base force is okay. I need to think over what we need to do with these guys, because we need to actually figure out how to make this area more effective. I might consider moving some engineers over here to Tulagi. Operation Vacation, the invasion of Hawaii. But then again, actually saying that, I will expand the port to size 2. I think that was the issue that we had before, is actually getting the fuel to unload here. Well, we had issues with the oiler, so I'll expand the port to size 2. We'll give time to the actual naval headquarters to be sent down to this area. What we'll do then is we'll figure out how to actually control the area properly. Now, if I move my aerial engineer... Well, actually, no, what I could still do then is maybe move one of the other forces here. So let's see, we've got the 15th base force. 15th. It's a big bloody unit as well, actually. Alright. How much AV do I need here? 96 is what I have. 66 is what I require. 72 aviation support. It's plenty. Aviation support. Naval support is also handy. It may be worthwhile to actually move these units over here to Comac. So we've got the 2 units over here. Okay, what we'll do then is... Right, I've still got the oiler here, which is really handy. Load troops. So I'm going to begin to move the base force. It's going to take a while. But we'll begin to move it over there. Right, we'll have you do the same. You're going to head over here to Luganville. You're going to move that capacity over there. It does mean that it's going to slow down the actual expansion of... Well, actually, am I going to have any engineers then? I do have a naval construction unit here, so that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. How you doing there, my friend? That's really nice there, Ray. So you mean I just talk through everything I say and pretend I actually know what I'm doing, but I'm just talking and it's just me figuring out what I do at the same time? But yeah. So anyhow, we'll go for that then. Okay. That's good. I'm glad it helps people. It helps me. I know bloody well helps me. I was thinking, okay, so if we move the aviation unit from Comac, is it worth doing now? It would mean we'd be temporarily blind. I can't just transfer these guys because there's no railed line, so if they go down, they go down. So I think we need to have something here before we move them out. Currently, they're going to burn out soon enough, so I'm going to go for 50-50. Increase the amount of rest. Okay. So if we move down to New Mare to operate, we still have range over here, which is great. From New Mare, that's well within range. Yeah, that becomes very attractive. How much low cost? 233, 404. Where's the rest of your unit? Comac, New Mare, Funafuti. Okay, well, what we'll do then. What's the distance here? How you doing that, 80? Fuck, that's quite far. Okay, hold our horses on that one. Alright, so we'll get advanced stats over and that'll be good. These assets do need to be moved out of the area. And I can use these assets, actually. That's awesome, Bear Race. I'm glad you enjoy it, my man. Right, what we're going to do here, then. I'd love these magnificent bastards. Well, magnificent bastards, but is it risky? Yeah. So, we'll not do that. Yeah, that is a lucky AP. I know, I do agree on that one. That's not too bad, actually. I can accept that. No, I am sending out assets anyway, so that's okay. Cover the southern area a bit more. Right. Do I actually have anything that's not a torpedo bomber? Okay, guess not. Well, that makes it easy. Right, there we go. That should be enough. So they're going to come in from the south. They're going to have their aircraft set to ASW as well. Okay. Yeah, they're being loaded. Loading that. And then loading the 65th as well. I'll have these guys coming in here as well to begin loading too. Alright, so they're going to continue as they are. We'll see what we can send. I'm going to send these small ones. Frankly, I've been looking for a reason to get these guys out of here, so that works fine. Right, okay. Oh, that reminds me. Have you moved down to Bardwell to begin with? Get those 2 AKs out there. Then I can figure out when I want to have them. I'll have them really operate as a free with the Kishino. Okay, so you've only just arrived. I'm going to have you head into... Well, actually, no, I've got a good few things here. So what I'll do then is going to disband then. I need to actually sort through and see what can be actually converted. I will do that the next turn. I'm feeling a little bit tired though. So I'm getting to the point at which my attention span just lapses. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to have these guys head down this way. Is the other one the float plane? It could be worthwhile maybe doing like an actual reconnaissance buzz. I'll draw a little bit closer rather than actually. I don't want to give anything away as of yet. Okay. So we'll have them. Yeah, everything should be working out next turn then. You're going to take another day to arrive over here at Baker, more than likely. Afterwards then I'm going to put together the cruiser task force and potentially head out down this way. I may wait a little bit longer as we need to figure out what we're going to be doing with the combined fleet first and foremost. But we'll see what I'm going to do as well. I might get a oiler group underway as well. Right. I've got a couple fast ones. Right, you're heading that way. I'll just have them follow. And they should be able to maintain the same speed as well. Are pretty similar in it anyway. Okay. Can double check. Say your home port to Marcus. So cruise at 14. Cruise at 15. 14. You will cruise at 15, so we're only losing about a knot there. That's fine. At least that brings oilers this way, and we could move them around. I could even potentially have them shifted. Well, I'm not going to have them shifted to Wake Island. I know he tends to operate out there. But at least it gives us the operational flexibility if we so need it. Okay. Over here. So these bombers over here. Yeah. Yeah, that is true, actually. That is quite amusingly true. Oh, dear. Right, we're going to go ahead and continue to bomb Singapore, then. I think we're bombing at 17,000 feet, so we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. Some Kawang. To Jehovah Room. More of these? Like dojos? I think we're working on them. Somebody has asked how my R&D is going in this one, and it's like I wish it was better. Okay. And fly out to Chiang Mai. Okay, so we have range out to that area there, that's okay. Hmm. I need them moved out, but there's then our transport's on the way. Seriously? The cow was busier than I thought. Okay, head to Pescadores and rearm. Need those tankers. Okay, I think we're good here. So what I'm going to do then is call the stream to an end at this point right now. I'm not going to end the turn yet. I will end it tonight, but there's some things I do want to check over offline after I get a coffee, otherwise I'm going to fall the hell asleep. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I don't think there's really anything that's been missed here. How you doing there, Clark? Haven't seen you on Twitch lately. Are you on it? I will be doing Twitch as well. Good timing on that one, otherwise I would have missed that question. So yes, I will do both. Must do both. Will do both. Until next time, thank you for watching. We'll end the turn and send the turn tonight. But not yet. Goodbye for now. Yeah, no, stay away, for Christ, if I could need to. Oh, it's been an awful, awful day of weather. It just tires you out, man. Well, maybe some new patrons would wake me up. Bazinga. Ah. Shite outros. Outros. Yeah, there we go. Shite outros. There we go. Fuck. Until next time, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now. Have a good one wherever you are, whatever you're doing. See you later, mate.